My name is Reverend Jacques Andre DeGraff. I'm first vice president of the 100 Black Men, and I'm a member of the executive committee of the Minority Business Leadership Council. We're in a crisis right now. It's not coming, it's here. We're in the midst of the crisis as businesses lose the opportunities to even participate or go further because their premiums have been exorbitantly taxed, raised, or increased when they exist at all. The issue is absolute liability versus comparative negligence. Comparative negligence really is the heart of the American jurisprudence system. It is that there are two sides to every story. 100 Black Men is an African-American male leadership organization formed over 50 years ago in New York City over an issue of police misconduct with an African-American woman, the Minority Business Leadership Council. It's an organization of organizations, a coordinating council, if you will, of MWBEs who are concerned about the business opportunities for our community. It's not a social program. It's not a social organization. It's a bottom line job creation organization. We've adopted the motto, if you will, jobs, safety, and justice. And you've heard others, and you will hear others talk about the jobs and the safety dimensions of the issue. My concern is around the justice issue, that after 20 years of progress, justice is jeopardized. People who put their investments and their hopes and their dreams in their business are seeing their business is challenged. And so we're not going to stand by and watch the American dream jeopardized in our community. Well, as chair of the diversity board at the School Construction Authority, which has become the role model for government on how these programs of opportunity and mentoring are created and how they function, at the front of the line, the most innovative, the most productive, and the most successful program is at the School Construction Authority. And so the OSIP part of the program gives an opportunity to the firms, the member firms who participate in the mentor program. It gives them a chance to compete. Where the market has locked them out, the SCA in effect provides that coverage for them. What does that do? That allows them then to have the opportunity to build their records and to create the business experience. And in many instances, they already can do the job. The question is in their competence, it's to increase their capacity. And so the OSIP program, once jeopardized, then has a ripple effect in terms of the deleterious impact on our businesses. It's not just the contractors, it's not just their employees, it's suppliers, it's the people who provide the services, but more importantly, it's our communities where the jobs aren't created. But then there's something else, another dimension, and that is hope goes out the door when we don't have opportunities to do for ourselves. These are not patronage programs, they're not social programs, they're business programs. And in a capitalist society, if you don't have an opportunity not just to show up at somebody else's job, but at a company from our community, then you are supplicants at the table of prosperity. And we're not going to do that anymore. And so when the impact is, when after all of these years, when we have someone who hears us in the White House, but on 125th Street, we can't get a contract, then hope is out the door. And so when hope is out the door, despair takes over. When despair takes over, then we have a bunch of negative behaviors and activities in our communities. So we're not going to allow our children's dreams to be robbed, and we're going to take a stand now, and we're going to call on those who we elected, who we appointed, who we supported. We're going to call on them now to stand and deliver. We want comparative negligence so that the jury, a jury, not an out-of-court settlement, not a confidential deal. We want a jury to hear two sides of the story. That's all we're asking for. The reality is the insurance companies are withdrawing from the market. Many firms can not only get this insurance, they can't get even bonding because the insurance companies are retrenching. Why? Because it's too expensive to do business in New York. That's why they agree with us in Buffalo. That's why they agree with us in downstate, because we're all in this together. It has to be a statewide resolution to this problem. But its impact, the economic impact, has already started. When School Construction Authority's insurance policy expired on December 31st, it set in motion a series of events which have created a crisis. Right now, today, in New York, there's a business crisis facing our community. It's a tsunami of changes and repercussions based on these decisions. And unless the legislature gets involved right now to change this circumstance, the marketplace is going to market us out of existence. It's a fairness issue. And we're going to stand up, and we're going to stand up right now, because it must be passed. It must be changed in this session, or our businesses won't be here at this time next year.